Hello, it's time to be speaking of wrestling. I just finished watching WWE's last go-home episode of before Night of Champions this Sunday live on pay-per-view. A night where every WWE championship is gonna be on the line. Meaning I just watched Friday Night SmackDown from July 24th, and I must say the strongest go-home episode this week, considering WWE's three brands, is ECW. Good show, good wrestling, and the finishing segment in the Abraham Washington show between Christian and Tommy Dreamer really brought it. It intensified the feud, and it made me look forward to the match. Of course, I am really looking forward for Night of Champions due to Raw and SmackDown actually being very good as of late, but this week's episode of Raw and SmackDown did not deliver to that extent, especially not SmackDown. Final match, good. Dolph Ziggler getting involved, and but point is, I cannot stand seeing Ray. I don't know why Ray is always, I don't know about you, I'm so sick and tired of Rey Mysterio always getting the upper hand. There is no matter whom he's facing, what kind of match it is, how many he's facing, Rey Mysterio is always getting or being on the verge of getting the upper hand. Now it took both CM Punk and Dolph Ziggler to finally get Rey down. I don't know why it has to be like that. Rey almost had CM Punk defeated as well before Ziggler made the run in. I mean, we had Ray last year, he buried Kane, and he had a great series of matches with Chris Jericho. He's a good wrestler, but I'm just so sick and tired of his underdog character, always this image of him always being the underdog, always finally getting the upper hand, and it's always a sensation and people love it. And from a top 10 list I saw of WWE merchandise selling the most right now, Ray is not even in there, so stop pushing him that hard. He's a mid-card champion, keep him in the mid-card. That's what I'm saying. One thing that's also bothering me more and more on every week now that I watch Friday Night SmackDown is, we all know the old WWE and the basic that TNA is doing now. Don West heel, Mike Tenay face, kinda neutral play-by-play commentator. WWE used to have that, now they're family friendly, so they probably decided to not have it anymore. But I don't see it. It's Todd Grisham's duty to be a face commentator, because he's the same problem like Michael Cole has. He always sings the praises of the face. We had Jeff Hardy throwing Chris Jericho in CM Punk's direction last week on SmackDown. Todd Grisham on the instant went and said that was inadvertent. He didn't mean it, it wasn't on purpose. And as soon as CM Punk shoves Jericho back, that's on purpose because he hit Jeff Hardy. It's on purpose. How could he do such a thing? JR visibly is getting annoyed commentating with Grisham. I mean, now he's several times a week correcting Todd Grisham, saying that's your opinion. And you can also hear Ross getting upset several times when he's trying to build up a wrestler, a diva or someone, and Grisham says the dumbest thing, undermining what JR just said, killing the buzz about the wrestler JR tried to build up. Have you seen anything of, because I think of it all the time, and now this week he called, I don't know really what he did. Yeah, it was CM Punk's promo. He came out in the ring earlier that night. That was a good promo, and he said that promo CM Punk did about people getting habits, not being just talking, not being able to give up their habits, that was an ingenious promo and an ingenious thing to do by CM Punk. And JR just said, no, that's not ingenious. You may think it is. You may think that it's ingenious. There might be people agreeing with CM Punk, and namely I'm being one of them. Actually, I don't see why people boo CM Punk, because some what it says is true. And I mean, tonight on SmackDown they more or less made it sound like, do drugs, it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay if you do drugs, you can always regret it, and then you can do it again, and you can regret it, oh, it's okay, stuff like that happens. I mean, Jeff Hardy getting suspended twice due to the wellness policy, that's not fucking okay. It's not fucking okay getting suspended twice for doing something like that, and I think CM Punk deserves this push more than Jeff Hardy, from a booking perspective, definitely. Plus, I really think Punk suits better as a champion than Jeff Hardy. However, Grisham replied to JR's comment about, that's your opinion. Grisham said something like, well, apparently I'm not, from what we heard earlier tonight, he meant from the crowd, I wasn't the only one thinking like this. And JR went on to said, well, suit yourself. Because according to Grisham, no one agrees with what CM Punk says. That pisses me off. He's not supposed to take the side of the face. He's supposed to just sit there, shut the fuck up about his opinions about wrestlers and the nerd that he is. And he's turning into more and more of a Michael Cole. And Michael Cole, problem is that Michael Cole to some extent knows that he's a nerd. He knows that people doesn't like him. And if you don't believe me, you can go on YouTube here and you can search for a video called Michael Cole drops F-bombs. You should watch that video. Michael Cole drops F-bombs, and you will see that Cole is perfectly aware of people not liking him, because in that video he completely snaps. Grisham is a complete jerk and he's a nerd. He doesn't know it yet. He doesn't know how to commentate. He's not ready for it, and I'm feeling sorry for JR. It's becoming more obvious every week, and this week it was about twice. They made these dumb remarks. JR corrected him, and JR is having this comments to Grisham, diminishing him, saying, well, you and your thinking. He's so sick and tired of Grisham. Going on to the other matches, Ziggler winning by countout against Finlay. Good match, good win for Finlay, for Ziggler, and he's now siding with Maria. Good sign. I like that cringe of his character. His little insecure side. He means cocky and confident, but all around the women he's a real gentleman, and he's such a nice guy, a little insecure. I don't really see why WWE had the match R-Truth versus Charlotte House. For what purpose? I think they should have mainly focused on building up Night of Champions, focused much more time on that instead of having insignificant matches that has nothing to do with the pay-per-view card. Maybe this is due to WWE having too much TV time, something Kurt Angle has voiced his opinion over earlier. They might have too much TV time, because if you compare TNA to WWE, TNA is projecting everything for their pay-per-view. There might be some other matches, but 70%, 75% of the show is projected to the pay-per-view, hyping and building it up. We had Eve Torres. I question whether Michelle McCool could really keep the title due to her not having proper competition in the face category of the Divas on SmackDown, the crop they have there. But apparently, I think Eve Torres, she's really gifted. She has a good background. She's athletic. Impressive match. She won via moonsault over Natalya Neidhart, and I really like this feud of Crime Time versus Hart Dynasty. A lot of matches, great matches. I'm a big Hart Dynasty fan. I used to be a big Bret Hart, Owen Hart, British Bulldog, Hart Foundation fan. Jim the Emil Neidhart. I like this feud a lot. And of course I didn't like that much Jeff Hardy, as you might have already realized, defeating Chris Jericho. I realized Jericho would lose the same moment he decided to pick Jeff back into the ring after hitting the code breaker. That was a stupid move by Jericho. He should just let him be and win that match. In a whole, pretty predictable SmackDown. You could really see who's gonna win every match, what was gonna happen. Not that good of a hype. Luckily, WWE has hyped Night of Champions better the previous weeks, so I'm really looking forward to the pay-per-view this Sunday. Be sure to check out my predictions for Night of Champions 2009, somewhere in this list on my page. You can find that video. Thank you for watching. Feel free to share your opinions. Have a nice day.